Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. A very interesting development in Ukraine coming from a Ukrainian media outlet. And the interesting thing is that the Ukrainians report what the Estonian intelligence say about the situation on the Ukrainian front. Why? So you have the Ukrainians fighting the Russians, have the front, then you have the Estonians intelligence talking about what's going on over there, which is not favorable to the Ukrainian side, and this is published by the Ukrainian government media. What's going on here, my friends? Now, I have great doubts that the Ukrainian Ukrainska-Pravda that I'm going to use in this video is a balanced, independent media outlet. Why would they publish something that should not be published? Let's say tomorrow the Estonian intelligence comes and tells us, hey, you know what? That's about 1 million Ukrainians killed in a war against Russia. I wonder if Ukrainska Pravda would publish that, like that. So, something is not kosher here. Here it is. Ukrainska Pravda, it is from Friday, November 10th, 2023. Russians seize initiative on 2 contact line areas. Estonian intelligence. Now, this is not something that the Ukrainians and the Ukrainian public really would want to hear. Like, the Russians are really kind of succeeding, seize initiative. It's not good. I'm assuming this is not what actually is being reported. I think actually these guys might have said, the Estonian intelligence, oh my, situation is bad. And Ukrainska Pravda nevertheless publishes that with a little, spin. Well, let's see what these guys are saying. They're not going to say something, how should I put it, that we don't know yet. It's something that, oh, really? 2 contact lines? This is just like a confirmation from a country that supports Ukraine 100% against the Russians. Why would they do this? The Estonian Defense Forces Intelligence Center has reported that Russian occupying forces have persisted in their attacks with increased intensity this week and seized the initiative in Luhansk and Donetsk Oblast. You will see that everything these guys said, I said it before, a little bit more like ahead of the pack. No? Source: ERR, Estonian Public Broadcasting Company, citing Estonian intelligence data as reported by European Pravda. Details: the most intense fighting reportedly raged on the Avdiivka-Marinka line in Donetsk Oblast and the Kupiansk-Svatove line in Luhansk Oblast. Now, where are those lines? Well, those lines are right here. One, Kupiansk right here. This is the line, the second one, and the first one is right here. Let's get this a little bit bigger. So, Marinka Avdiivka is this area right here, and the other one is in this area right here. So I'm going to make it even bigger. Kupiansk is right here. So they're talking about this area, this right here. The second one in the enumeration, and the other one is Avdiivka, that's already dead right here, and Marinka down here. So in this area, right here in Donetsk, and this one right here in Luhansk is the second area on the big scheme of things, so you can have a bigger view on the front. It's up here and right almost in the middle by Zaporozhye Oblast. It says that the Russian army launched an average of 64 attacks daily, having enough troops and equipment to keep Ukrainian forces under constant pressure. Yesterday I made a video on the Ukrainian, I think it was Kupiansk-Svatove or Ukrinform, stating that the Russians brought over there and get ready for a attack on Avdiivka with about 40,000 troops. The last hit. Because as you can tell by this, you don't have to be a super genius to realize that here Avdiivka is in big shit. See this? That's not gonna go pretty good for the Ukrainians over there or whomever are in the area. Estonian intelligence says the Russian occupying forces have seized the initiative in Luhansk and Donetsk Oblast, both oblasts. They are of the contact line near the town of Avdiivka, the one that I showed you, is likely to remain the point where the Russians will concentrate their primary efforts, the intelligence center believes. Captain Obvious, you see this one? So they say, well, this is the primary point where the Russians try to advance. Wherever it works, my friends. Although both sides are suffering heavy losses, the latest information indicates that the Ukrainian defense is holding the line. However, Estonian intelligence does not rule out that Avdiivka might be captured. Good morning, Vietnam. Really? This may happen if the Russian armed forces continue to deploy significant forces to this contact line area. These guys come with the weather, like after it rains. The prognosis is going to be a rainy afternoon, and right now is already evening. Humid weather conditions, which make roads impassable, also affect the course of the fighting. Estonian intelligence forecasts that the movement of heavy equipment and armored vehicles will be hampered for a month or two until the ground hardens after the frost. Estonian intelligence added that Ukrainian troops and Russian forces will likely seek to strengthen their positions before winter onset. Background. Earlier, NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg speaking about Russia's war against Ukraine, said it was necessary to be prepared for a long struggle. I don't think so. Czech president, this is important, Petr Pavel said the current situation on the battlefield does not indicate that Ukraine can gain a military advantage. The official believes time is in Russia's favor and negotiations might start next year. Well, I think the negotiations should start yesterday. All right? Not today, not tomorrow, not next year. Unfortunately, the guys in charge of this, that really are I don't want to say in control, but the ones that could stop this without losing anything, not gaining, but not losing anything, are the guys that are behind the scenes. Who are those guys? Interests, economic interests, my friend. Those have the power to persuade some politicians in places outside of Russia and Ukraine and stop the garbage over there. Well, I hope that happens. The sooner, the better. So again, the Russians continue to do that. I don't know how for how long. They say in about a month until the ground hardens because of the weather and so on. We'll find out if the Russians are going to shell Avdiivka, like flatten, then you don't have to wait really for an offensive with tanks or anything like that. We'll see. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.